Islamic Studies Department, Pakistan International School. Lecture number 2. Grade 7. Week 11. Chapter number 03. The Life of the Prophet, peace be upon him. Topic number 4, Part 2. The Farewell Hajj and the Address of the Prophet, peace be upon him. The Farewell Hajj and the Address of the Prophet, peace be upon him.
Recap. Dear students, we have already learned, farewell pilgrimage. All of Arabia accepted Islam. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, decided to perform a pilgrimage to the house of Allah. The Prophet, peace be upon him, invited all the Muslims to perform HAJJ. The Muslims started to come to Medina in flux. Instructions given by Hazrat Ibrahim A.S. Learning objectives. Beginning of the journey, farewell HAJJ. The Prophet, peace be upon him, explained the essentials of HAJJ. Educational journey. The current saying in Suramada. Wearing ihram. Performing rituals. The Prophet, peace be upon him, gave his last khutbah from Jabal Ramat. Beginning of the journey, Prophet, peace be upon him, lived in Medina for 10 years and had not performed HAJJ in full, although he had performed the Umrah on 2 previous occasions. The people of Medina and surrounding towns gathered in the city to accompany the Prophet, peace be upon him, during the HAJJ rituals. On the 25th of Dhul al-Qa'dah, 4 nights before the end of Dhul al-Qa'dah, he left Medina, accompanied by all his wives. Beginning of the journey, Prophet, peace be upon him, lived in Medina for 10 years and had not performed HAJJ in full, although he had performed the Umrah on 2 previous occasions. The people of Medina and surrounding towns gathered in the city to accompany the Prophet, peace be upon him, during the HAJJ rituals. On the 25th of Dhul al-Qa'dah, 4 nights before the end of Dhul al-Qa'dah, he left Medina, accompanied by all his wives. Educational journey. The last HAJJ was in essence to be an educational journey. Not only that, but it was at the culmination of the revelations by Allah to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.
اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا.
Today, I have perfected for you your religion and have completed my favor unto you, and am well pleased with Islam as your religion. Wearing ihram. Just before arriving Mecca, Prophet, peace be upon him, stayed in Mecca and the Muslims were explained the essentials of the HAJJ by the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, and the pilgrims put on their ihram. Chanting the Talbiyah, they reached Mecca on 4th Zilhajjah. Performing rituals, tawaf and prayers the next day, Muhammad, peace be upon him, and his companions arrived at the Masjid al-Haram. They entered from the gate of Dar al-Salam, approached the Kaaba and touched the black stone. Prophet, peace be upon him, proceeded to the tawaf of the Kaaba. Again he touched the black stone and kissed it. Say after his prayers, Muhammad, peace be upon him, drank from Zamzam well, prayed and continued to the Mount Al-Safa & Al-Marwa, where he performed the running back and forth between the hills of Al-Safa and Al-Marwa. Minu Arafat on the 8th sunset of Dhul al-Hijjah, Muhammad, peace be upon him, left for Minu and stayed there for a night. Then he passed along his camel, Al-Kaswa, till he reached Mount Arafat. He was surrounded by thousands of pilgrims chanting Talbiyu and Takbir, performing rituals, standing at Mashar al-Haram & stoning of the devil upon the sunset. Muhammad, peace be upon him, rode towards Mashar al-Haram and advised pilgrims that slowly pass the way. In the morning, he went towards Mina and straightly to Jamru of Aqaba and threw 7 pebbles at it. Sacrifice. The Prophet, peace be upon him, went to place of sacrifice and sacrificed 63 camels. He gave 37 camels from 100 camels and gave the rest to charity. He went back to Ma, performed Tawaf and did Zar prayer. Then he returned Mina on same day and spent days of Tashrik there, did stoning of devil, then exited Mina. The Prophet, peace be upon him, gave his last khutbah from Jabal Ramat. On 9th Zil-Hajj, when all Muslims gathered in Arafat, the Prophet, peace be upon him, gave his last khutbah from Jabal Ramat, or the Mount of Mercy.
Thank you.